How's it going, guys? Panther Films here, and today we're going to be reacting to Season 1, Episode 6 of Star Wars The Bad Batch. This episode is titled Decommissioned. Last episode we had Muchi the Vancor, and a lot of people thought it was the Vancor from Episode 6, me included, until the end of the last video where I kind of debunked that. Because the one in Episode 6 was called the Tessa or something like that. So it makes you ask that question, okay, why did they show Muchi? Is it going to be important later on for like Book of Boba Fett? If that Vancor is in Book of Boba Fett, where was it in Episode 6? Right? The Bad Batch met Sid, who seems to be like the quest giver for the Bad Batch, that she's going to hire them and give them money for doing jobs for her. Omega kind of pulled away a little bit, and Vecca seems to be holding his head again. But yeah, as a whole, I think last episode didn't really do much like story progression. It was just there, you know. Same thing with Episode 4, like the Fennec stuff. Like they did that mission for Sid to get Muchi to learn information about Fennec, but the audience already knew that. We knew the same amount of information before the episode that we got after the episode ended. We got no information from that episode other than like Muchi. They could be retconning the canon again. It's not like they haven't already done it. Hopefully this episode actually is good, but prediction-wise, I'm going to say they start off in the ship, they land on a planet, shit goes down, and then there's some kind of resolution at the end of the episode. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, let's stop doodling about and get right into the fucking episode. Dun, 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 dun. My god, it did start in space. Oh yeah, she's got the bow now, right? They were betting on if she missed.
Out of 12. That's luck, Omega.
Okay, double or nothing, she chokes.
She chokes.
Okay, playtime's over. We need to talk. I assume you boys know what a tactical droid is? Play with the tactical droid intel has tremendous value.
Yeah.
We haven't decided if we're gonna work for you or not.
I mean, you are. Because it actually gives you a purpose.
You're releasing too soon because of those weak noodle arms.
So basically, instead of it being on the ship now, I mean, they're on the ship now, they're about to go on a planet, so technically I'm right. It's like they get a mission briefing before they go and do the shit.
With clones now serving the Empire.
Fucking clones. Working with the Empire. Becoming stormtroopers. And now they'll never be able to aim. There we go, they've landed on a planet. Have we seen this planet before? Probably.
Follow me.
Republic Commando. This kind of gives me them vibes. Does Vecca not like heights? The fuck? Ah, they're burning all the droids or melting them down.
Be on the lookout. Was Crosshair's job?
Crosshair's not here. I haven't seen him in like 3 episodes. He climbs up and that guy's just like, what the fuck? Ah! Oh, they got both. He got both of them with just that one shot.
Wait, someone just ran off with the droid hid.
Who? Who is that?
Stealing our target.
We need to get out of here.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Oh, I wait. Are these who I think they are? Isn't this the girls from the fucking Ahsoka, the shit Ahsoka arc in season 7? This fucking went well, didn't it? This is the part where shit goes down.
No, stay put. We already have the droid hit.
No, you don't.
I don't think anyone's going to be hyped about these characters. Like, what? Just jump in there. You'll be alright. There you go. Oh, you fucking... Oh, no. He hit his head again. Oh, no. That means the fucking shit did... Oh no. Fight it, dude. Can you fight it? He's fighting it! I mean, he's been shot again, but it's like the 4th time he's been shot in the show. He fought it. I mean, to be fair, so did Vex, so you can fight it a little bit, but not by bunch.
What are you doing?
I'm taking down the support post.
What, Hunter?
Who put you in charge?
The showrunner, I guess.
You almost got me killed.
No one cares. Wouldn't that be hot? Yeah, oh Jesus. It's like Toy Story, dude. Hold hands and then just like kind of go into it. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
Well, this has been a real treat.
Becca, like, come on, fight it. Fight it. You've been knocked out, though.
Is there an echo in here?
Yes,
What?
I'm Echo.
Really?
Oh, wow. That's good.
We need an army to get out of this. And we happen to have one.
What did Echo do there again? Nothing, mate. See, there's no difference. I don't understand the difference between Tech and Echo. Recca's still fighting the fucking ship. You monster. He just shook it off.
Brilliant plan, Trace. Really.
He just shook off the chip. Are you mental? What the fuck? He's more strong-willed than people think. He's been shot again. How many times has he been shot? Holy shit. I mean, how well are they going to work? I mean, it's cool to see the droids back in action. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. No, dude, I'm not dealing with this.
R7.
Kinda.
Ready for a pickup.
R7?
Cleaning up.
God, it's Aloy. Or fucking Tomb Raider.
He's here.
They're trying to help people and make things better.
Is that Ahsoka?
Why aren't you fighting? Keep working on that bow, kid.
I will. Bye.
We all choose sides.
I don't really like them two as characters. There's something about them I just don't like. I love how like Omega just became so bonded to them even though they've literally been there for like 5 minutes. Who's it gonna be?
We acquired the tactical droid data from Corellia,
It's a Jedi.
and we thought
Who is
you
it?
might want to know.
Who is it? Is it Maul? It looks like a Jedi robe. Could it be Maul? I mean, Maul that soon? Like, the last time we saw Maul, he was, what, flying away from, like, that fucking ship? Like, timeline-wise? Because we still have that huge gap. There's a big gap there with Maul's story. Because, like, Solo, right? Remember Solo? Like, at the end of Solo, he's in that. And then he suddenly ends up on that planet with the Sith Temple. There's a huge gap there. Like, there's a lot of like holes in that story. So I think they need to fill that up. But it could that robe Bail, maybe? Bail Organa? Right? Like, I mean, that has to be who it is, right? Bail Organa. And it's cool seeing the sisters again. Like, so I'd assume it's either Bail Organa or fucking Maul. That they're the only two that. Because it has like a robe. The way it's kind of done seems like something Bail Organa would wear. Let me have a look at it. Oh, it's Bail. It's yeah. Oh yeah. Like I'm looking at his like clothes at the end of episode 3. It's literally the same. It's got to be Bail, right? Either Bail or Maul. Like they're the only two that stand out, and I don't see why it'd be Maul, because I mean Maul's against the Empire, but I don't think he contacted them. But they were also in a story arc that Maul appeared in, so maybe it's connected. But Bail Organa already kind of wants to fight the Empire anyway, so it's got to be Bail, right? I don't understand. If it was Bail, why would they hide the face? That seems a bit weird. They wanted to hype people up and get people excited. Surely they'd show Bail Organa, right? A bit of a weird character to keep mysterious. That's why it makes me think maybe it isn't Bail. Like, why would they not show his face? Like, Bail's not an important enough character. Well, I mean, he's pretty important, but he's not, like, a big enough character to make you go, holy shit. You know? Like, why would you hide his face? It's weird. I mean, the episode was... You know, I mean, it's the same thing, to be fair. Like, I feel like there's some seeds there that might help in the future, but right now it's not too important. Like literally, what the fuck did the Bad Batch even do in the episode? They did a mission, and then they didn't even get the mission done anyway, because they didn't get the information off the tactical droid. Unless they copied it twice, but they didn't. So it makes you fucking question, like, what the fuck was the point of that episode? I guess it's to help out Bail, potentially, but... I mean, dude, how is that what information is Bail Organa going to get from that tactical droid that's going to help him with the future of the Empire? It's not like he doesn't try to go against the Empire for like 15 years. You know what I mean? What the fuck? Vecca fought the chip, which was really cool, but like, it just makes you question, like, why the fuck did they have them moments of him like holding his head in the last couple of episodes? Like, they could have just had this moment right here. You know what I mean? It makes you go like, oh shit. You know the chip exists in all of them, and then Vecca hits his head, and then he falls, and then he goes, good soldiers, and then he'd be like, oh shit, the chip is triggered. But once he hits his head from now on, you're just going to be like, oh, it's a chip. I just feel like this is another episode that's just kind of there. I don't think it does much story-wise, because I mean, yeah, Vecca fought off the chip, but at the end of the day, like, none of the characters know he did that, and he didn't even say anything about it in the first place. So it doesn't really hold that much weight, you know? Like, unless he says something, it might hold a little bit of weight, but it's not going to happen. Someone's made an article about how the fucking Bad Batch like retcons a bunch of shit. Obviously the Kanan stuff. Order 66 affects personalities. True. I didn't think about that. They did retcon Order 66. Like, the nature and long-term impact of Order 66 has changed as well. Previously, it had been believed Order 66 simply overrode a clone trooper's judgment in order to ensure they obeyed the order to kill any and all Jedi, but in Star Wars The Bad Batch, the inhibitor chip appears to rewrite the clone's entire personalities. I mean, to be fair, there never was a chip from the get-go, right? Clone Wars added that in. But it did affect the clones, because I remember like Battlefront 2, the classic Battlefront 2, there was a specific mission in that game where I think it followed Order 66. Like, one of the clones mentioned, like the narrator basically mentions like he couldn't look the Jedis in the eye because it brought a tear to them. They basically just make the clones these like very one-dimensional bad guys now. They used to be so unique, and now they've just made them boring fucking characters. Saw Gerrera's origin story. That's been retconned. Streamlined the narrative of Freedom Fighter Saw Gerrera. Excellent novel Catalyst, suggesting the end of... Oh, of course, yeah. Of course it's going to retcon a novel. The end of the Clone Wars led Saw to initially become absorbed in the galactic underworld, and it took time for him to decide to oppose the Empire, but Star Wars The Bad Batch has changed that, revealing Saw immediately dedicated himself to destroying the Empire. Star Wars The Bad Batch was rewriting the continuity of Star Wars, and some of the retcons can be explained, while others, notably those surrounding Kanan Jarrus' survival of Order 66, simply require viewers to decide which version of the story they prefer. I mean, I'd say I'd prefer... I don't know, actually. Because, I mean, it's easier to find the Bad Batch version of the Kanan story. It's cool seeing... what the fuck are the sisters' names again? I completely forgot. I just don't want to be reminded of that story arc in Season 7, because that was a waste of 4 episodes in my opinion. Like, it's cool seeing Ahsoka again, but it's just a waste of 4 episodes when you could have had this banging story arc called Son of Dathomir instead. But nope. Because I feel like it's okay if you make Son of Dathomir animated, because it doesn't necessarily retcon the comic. The comic only exists because Clone Wars got cancelled. But now Clone Wars came back, so you could have just... And Death of Utapau did. I think Death on Utapau would have been a decent arc, because it would have actually shown the impact of Ahsoka being gone. Like, how that affected Anakin. But nope, let's get rid of that. And just bring in this random story arc with Trace and Rafa for some random fucking reason. I feel like I'm hating on Bad Batch and Clone Wars more now. But it just feels like there's no sense of direction. Like, what's going on? I don't feel like the stakes of the Empire really hit an all-time high here. Like, remember Revenge of the Sith? How, like, it felt like the whole, like, movie just changed tonally once the Empire took over? Like, with this, the show, it just feels like nothing's different than fucking, like, Rebels or something. You know? There's no difference from being early on in the Empire versus later on in the Empire. It's kind of... bleh. I mean, we're probably like a couple of weeks after Revenge of the Sith at this point. But I'm still pissed off. Like, we haven't seen Crosshair in like 4 episodes. Or 3 episodes, right? Hopefully we see him next episode. Is it just me? Does it feel like Bad Batch is trying to leech off Clone Wars? I mean, it makes sense. It basically is Clone Wars Season 8. I said this last week. But they're adding in like cool little Easter eggs to like Clone Wars. Like, oh, Clone Wars stuff. The Zygerian stuff last episode. Pantora from like episode 4. That was in Clone Wars. Because let's be honest, like Vafa and Trace getting the tactical droid information for Bail Organa, what's that actually going to do? If it is Bail, it's not going to do anything. What's it going to do? How would it do anything? How would it help them fight the Empire? Like what? Sidious never planned to have the droids around after Order 66 anyway, so why would a tactical droid know about how to fight the Empire? It just feels like it's a cool way to shoehorn in like a character that has actual like big story relevance in the Star Wars universe, and it's just to get fans excited, and it's not going to mean anything at all. And that's pretty risky for Bail to do. Like very shortly after, like he just got Leia. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, let's try to fight the Empire instantly. If it is Bail, it might not be Bail. We'll see what happens with Wrecker. I think that's the only thing that seems interesting to me right now. And I guess the Bail Organa stuff, if it is Bail, I guess that's somewhat interesting, but I just don't see how it would have that much story impact. I just don't understand why they'd hide his face. They were too lazy to model him out just because it's such a short scene. I don't fucking know. Alright episode. Not the best, not the worst. Just a good episode, I guess. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Ta-ta and farewell.